excited to be back with another RippleFEST. Welcome, 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 Ripple makers. Give us a hashtag if you are ready to ripple. I hope you're ready to go deeper, to rise higher, and to get your brand momentum, really making sure that train is leaving the station. We're all coming to you live from different parts of the world today. And I must say that you're going to get the husky, sexy voices tonight, because I didn't know this in advance, but we are surrounded by a whole bunch of award winners this evening. All of us that are on the stage tonight all won really amazing awards on Sunday evening at the Professional Speakers Academy Awards. If you haven't heard of the Professional Speakers Academy, do reach out. You could connect to any of us on the screen. We've all been a part of it. We're all building, growing, branding, and expanding our voices and our messages through PSA. So a big, big shout out to PSA and Andy Harrington for actually bringing all of us together. Most of the speakers you're going to be hearing from over the next 3 days are all part of the Professional Speakers Academy. So get to know these amazing, amazing Ripple makers. They really took themselves out of their comfort zones, went beyond where most people are courageous enough to go, and went inside. Like, isn't that the hardest thing? To go inside? Like, it's so easy to just broadcast stuff, but to go inside and to really dig deep, to go into that message, that story, that purpose, that vision, the thing that drives you, taking that seed and growing it into something amazing. See, there's never been a better time for you to start to really grow your wings. I get the feeling that you've done enough of really creating those roots, and now it is time for each and every one of you to fly. And to do that, we have to be really clear about what that one drop is, that one drop, that one message, that one brand that you are creating your ripple of impact with. Well, if you're any confused about that, then do not worry. We've got you covered tonight. I've got 3 amazing ripple makers, change makers, extraordinary entrepreneurs who have taken time out of their schedule, and boy, have they got busy schedules. This has been booked quite a long time in advance to get all these incredible speakers here today. So take the time to be fully present right now. Grab a coffee, sit down, and just be fully present. I don't want any of you to miss any of the juicy drops that are going to be dropped in this session tonight. So active listening is really important. I want you to be on the other end of this. We've got activities that you're going to be doing this evening as well. This isn't just easy listening. This is for you to go inside. This is for you to go deeper, to rise higher, and to really expand that brand that might be down there a little bit, like a Russian doll. We need to take some layers off, and I've got amazing speakers here this evening that are going to help you to do that. So we have got, let me just share with you who we've got with us this evening. We've got the amazing Laura Tynan with us this evening. Laura is a visibility and wealth business coach. She has built an amazing network. She's got a beautiful academy, and we're very close in alignment with the missions that we're sharing with the world. So it's a real pleasure to be bringing Laura with you into your living rooms or into your offices, wherever you are today. And you may well have also seen Laura before, because she was on one of our Ripple Maker spotlights recently. We've also got the incredible peak performance coach Moses Nalocca with us this evening. Oh my goodness, you're in for a treat with Moses. His energy, I'm sure you can already feel it. Even though you haven't met him yet, you're just going to feel it pulsing through these airwaves. And oh my gosh, somebody who's very dear to my heart, who actually, we were catching up at the weekend, and I knew we went back a long way, but we go back even further than I even remembered. The amazing Fit for Business, Fit for Life coach, Martin Sharp. I got behind Martin's brand, I think it was about 13 years ago. So I've really watched this incredible ripple maker who's been at the same stage that many of you are right now. And I've watched him really transform his message and his mission into something that is really moving people to action in an amazing way. So I'm delighted to bring you these 3 ripple makers. Guys and girls, we've got 9 ripple makers coming to you live over this next 3 days. If you're excited, give me a hashtag excited. And I'd also love to know, why are you here? Are you here to champion the speakers on? Or are you really here to leave with something for yourself? And if you could leave with something for yourself, what would that be? If we know what it is that you want to leave with, whether that's to be inspired or with some ideas, with some new nuggets of wisdom, or maybe it's time that you just got shit done. Whatever stage you're at in your business growth, make sure that you ask as many questions of these ripple makers as you can. I'm going to be monitoring the chat so that they can be doing the thing that they do best, which is sharing their message. So please, please, please be active in your listening, be supportive in the chat. And guys and girls, if you are joining us live backstage on Zoom, please make sure that you put all of your comments into the Facebook chat so that we can keep everything in one place. So let's dial it in the One Drop Movement group. So, my darlings, I'm very excited to bring you our first incredible speaker. We have the Visibility and Wealth Business Coach, Miss Laura Tynan. Now, Laura is the founder of Message to Millions Academy. She's been recognized by the top financial future female leader by Yahoo, Financial Times. She's been part of the Finance as a Global Champion for Women in Business. She's also an international award-winning speaker and has shared her passion for empowering women to succeed to their highest potential on stages all across Europe. Guys and girls, please do give us a whoop whoop, give us a Laura, give us a ready to ripple in the comments. Let's bring her on stage, Miss Laura Tynan. Laura.
Hey, thank you so much, Sammy. It's so good to be here with you.
I'm so excited to bring you on. Well, now we're doing our husky thing right now.
Oh, we certainly are.
Our sexy husky business stuff is going on. Laura, I'm so excited to have you back because you came and you dropped into One Drop Movement a few weeks ago for your spotlight. But for those that didn't get a chance to see your spotlight yet, please do share with us all who you are and why you love doing what you do so much.
Oh my goodness. Well, Sammy, the session today, it's called Rewrite Your Story to Reclaim Your Power. And that truly has been my journey over the last 10 years. And now what I love to do to help other business owners to do the same for them. As an overview, my background, as you said, was very much rooted in corporate finance. I was passionate about personal development, high performance, success, understanding the mindset, and got to a very high level within the finance industry, working at board level. And what I began to see was that I was always the only woman in the room, and I knew something had to change. And yes, there's systemic issues, of course, but a bigger issue I was seeing was the story that we're telling ourselves and this inability to truly step into our power, to step up and claim the power that is ours, to claim the opportunities that exist. And so over the last 10 years, I've gone on an incredible journey, not only in developing my career within finance, but building businesses now where I support other business owners to actually reconnect with their true purpose, their true mission, so that they too can take back ownership of the power that exists within them, so they can fulfill their life mission, so they can make their own millions, impact millions, and really live out their life mission that they came here to do in the world.
And that is something that not everybody is brave enough to do. I mean, the fact that you took that opportunity to really go to that next level of yourself, was there any time that you experienced any fear? Did you question yourself? So many ripple makers, they question the idea, or they question themselves. Did you ever find that?
Oh, 100%. It's not just a fear that I see that has arisen within myself, but in so many people that I work with. They say one of the biggest fears of all human beings is to actually speak on stage. It's up there beyond even death, right? And it's because we come from this place of wanting to be accepted, right? We're pack mentality. We want to have this sense of belonging, be part of a tribe. And when we speak up and speak our truth, speak what's important to us, inherently that brings up a fear as well of what if other people judge me or don't like what I have to say, or become ostracized, or what if they're critical? What does that mean for me? So these fears that come up around, sharing your story, sharing your truth, reclaiming your power, they're not just mental, they're very much ingrained in our DNA, in historic times to keep us safe. So unless you're understanding, which is what I obviously take business owners through, the strategies and the mindset, the psychology around how you go about doing that, it's near impossible for people to really reach that stage as well. So if you are feeling those fears in doing that and sharing your message, in claiming your power and sharing your story, just know that you're not alone and that there are ways to move through that fear and actually achieve what it is that you truly want to do.
Beautiful. Like, how many of you are resonating with this right now? Have you been through the same situation? And I think what's lovely about when you get to share your story, one of the most powerful things about it is that there's always something you can find as a lesson in someone else's story, isn't there? I'm hearing very much as you're speaking, I'm hearing a lot of myself and my own story in that. How many of you out there are also hearing that as well? I just want to do a shout out to some of our amazing Ripple makers that are joining in. Justin, hello, Justin. We've got Donna Riley in the house. We've got Yawande. Hey, Yawande. Jacqueline, excited here to learn. It is time that I get shit done, putting ideas into practice, reaching more women, serving more. Simon Wisdom's in the house. We've got lovely Simon joining us on stage this week. Yawande wants to be here to be inspired and support. She's here to learn. Sudishna, hello. Jane. Steffi, hello, and we've got lots of other Ripple makers that are joining in. We want to make sure that I don't miss you out, so come and say hi so we know you're here. Laura, for those that are going through that stage where there might be some questions, you know, today is all about owning your identity. And I certainly know for sure, like when I was working in corporate, in a big design agency, like everybody wore black pinstripe suits. So I wore a black pinstripe suit. Everybody went to the gym every morning before work. So I went to the gym every morning. We were all in this kind of little herd. And when I left that world and started for myself, started my own business in 2002, do you know, it was 2011 before I realized I didn't have to wear a fucking suit anymore. It's like, what the hell? I was like, have you ever seen that picture? I think I posted it in the One Drop group recently of that cat that's in the litter box and it's got no lid on it and it's still sat there like it's got to be there, or the elephant that still thinks it's tied to the post. It's crazy. And yet we have this ability to really step into our power and own ourselves. And we get to choose to do that sooner rather than later if we want to. So how do we rewrite our story if we really want to reclaim our power and really step into the truth of who we are?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's so many people, as I can see in the comments, that are actually like resonating with what you say there. And, you know, the reason I'm so passionate about rewriting your story is that it takes two forms. And to give an example, like when I left corporate, I was just after starting my business and I saw an opportunity to come up to speak at Forbes under 30. And my old mentality was like, oh my God, in a couple of years when I'm a successful business owner, I would love that opportunity to speak about women in business, women in entrepreneurship. And only knowing what I know, I had to catch that narrative, catch myself in that bullshit thinking, and actually call myself out and say, well, why not you now? Like, you have a message, you have a lot of value you can add to people. So why not you step up and share your story? And it was only by putting myself forward that I got to stand on a stage. And the amount of people that came up afterwards being like, oh, I really resonated with what you said and thank you. And so often, and I'm sure there's so many of you that can resonate with this, is that we are the ones that are getting in our own way. It's not anybody else, it's us. And it comes back to the story that we're telling ourselves, to the identity that we're attached to those beliefs that we're believing, even though so often they're false, they're made up. And so it's really time to rewrite the story. And so when I talk about rewriting your story, there's two parts, as I mentioned. There's rewriting the story that you tell the world. You know, when you speak on stage, how you deliver your story, when you're in conversations and people ask, how are you doing? How's business? What do you do? What does that story look like? And then there's rewriting the story that we tell ourselves, which is oftentimes even more important and more powerful and more crucial even to nail and to master and become aware of first. So in terms of first steps, like how do we go about doing that? The thing I would invite everyone here today at RippleFEST is step one, become aware of the story you're telling yourself. Now,
just before you go into that, become aware of the story you're telling yourself. Guys and girls, as Laura delivers this activity for you. Come on, I want active participation, no shirking. I don't want any lurkers around here. So come on, get in the chat, and any question that Laura asks, just copy it down. Even if other people are doing it as well, just write it down, because as you type it into the comments, it's all going in. It's going in for yourself. Someone might forget to type it in, so you're actually helping someone else as well if you type it in on the way. Laura, give us that question again, because it was so juicy.
Yeah, exactly. And definitely like write in the comments as well what's coming up for you, because I'm sure we can all learn from each other. You can all learn from each other here. But it is, what is that story that you're telling yourself? And if you're struggling to answer that, just ask yourself, well, what is something that I really want to achieve? What is a big goal I'm aiming for? What do I have pinned on my vision board right now? And when I think about that, what is the first thought that comes to my mind? Because so often that's the hidden story that is running in the background, that is running in the back of our mind, that we're not actually even aware that's being programmed. So if you want to make 1 million, if you want to impact 1 million, if you want to speak on stages, every time you think about that goal, that vision, what's the first narrative that comes into your mind? Is it absolutely, I've been incarnated into this world as this unique soul with these unique gifts and talents. Of course, I can go and fulfill the dream. It wouldn't have been given to me otherwise. Or more likely is, oh, well, who wants to listen to me? Or it might be possible for other people, but not me. Because so often we over-exaggerate what we think other people can do and underestimate our own abilities. And I think that's actually so important for people to take note of. And if you have a journal nearby, is to write that one down. Is that so often we overestimate or over-exaggerate what other people we think they can do, but we underestimate what we can do ourselves. So why not you? And so really step one, Sammy, and for everyone here at RippleFEST, it's awareness. Like, what is that inner dialogue? And it can be as simple as every time that thought comes up, to catch it in the moment and to say, no, that's not the thought I want to carry anymore. That's not the story I want to take into my life. I'm reclaiming my power in this moment, and I'm choosing to tell a different story. Is that making sense?
It makes complete sense. And I'd love everybody to put a hashtag underneath this video in the Facebook group. Guys and girls, I know we've got some of you that are backstage. Remember, you can post all you like in this chat, but make sure you're also commenting in the Facebook chat so we can keep all the comments in one go. So here's the thing. I want each of you to give us a hashtag, why not me? As Laura just said, why not you?
Damn
why
right.
Not? Oh, you could have that as well. Hashtag damn right.
Right.
Because we were actually talking about this on the Ripple Makers Mastermind this morning. It's, we dim our light so often for fear that we're actually going to take the light from someone else, or that we might drown them. We might overshadow them with our light, drowning them out. And so we then dim ourselves so that we don't do things at the cost of others, but actually then we do it at the cost of ourselves and all the people that we serve. So Laura, if anybody's wanting to take this further with you and they want to find out more about you, what's the best way for them to continue this process with you?
Absolutely. And I also just want to highlight what you said, Sammy, because you're so right. There is this narrative and this lie that has persisted that we dim our own light around others. And I see this so often with the women I work with. But actually, it's by stepping into our light, stepping into our truth, and having the courage to share that we give so many others the permission and the encouragement to do the same. So when we can step into our own spotlight, we can truly illuminate everyone else to do the same. So let's just shift that whole belief and that whole narrative around that. So for anyone that wants to find out more about actually how do we truly go about doing this, shifting your internal narrative to achieve what you want, and then of course rewriting your external story too, I can share a link with you, Sammy, on a free training that I've created, a free guide that people can go access and download, and they can get started into that now. It comes with step-by-step questions, practical insights, so it's really amazing.
Amazing. All right. Well, Laura, I'm so sorry. I want to be like digging into this so deep all night, but we're going to have to get you back and do a proper session. I think I want to give everybody a little taster of all the things that you're just so brilliant at. Well, Laura's going to give me the link, so I'll make sure that you all have that in the replay. And Laura, if you've got that link to hand, once you go off stage, if you want to go and put that into the comments in the One Drop Movement group under this video, so that we keep everything together in one thread, that'll be amazing. Guys and girls, I want to know what are you taking away from what Laura has delivered this evening? We've got lots of things coming up in the chat. I love it. We've got hashtag why not me, hashtag damn right. Damn right. Absolutely awesome. Well, Laura, thank you so much for dropping in with us at One Drop Movement today. We can't wait to continue following your journey, and I'll look forward to downloading your download and going through that myself.
Amazing, Sammy, and thank you for creating this RippleFEST, this ripple movement of such positive change around the world. Much appreciated.
You are so welcome. Individually, we're one drop, but together we're the ocean, right? We can achieve so much more when we collaborate rather than compete. So guys and girls, give it up for the amazing Laura. Give us a whoop whoop. Give us a hashtag applause. Give us a she was fucking awesome. Of course she was. So guys, we have got our next special ripple maker coming up right now. Oh my gosh. He has a bio that is probably as big as the Eiffel Tower. What this guy has not achieved is not worth knowing. I mean, it is really crazy. He's an international speaker. He's a peak performance coach. He's a representative for Tony Robbins and Success Resources in Bulgaria. His entrepreneurial spirit led him to open his first business when he was just 23 years old. And since then, he's mastered the game of peak performance coaching. Now he supports his clients to level up in life and business by removing self-sabotaging beliefs and helping them to solve their burning problems. He's here with us tonight to take us through how to illuminate your inner imposter to accelerate your performance. And before I get this amazing ripple maker up on stage, we've got a very special video to play for you. So sit back and enjoy. Guys and girls, let's bring him up on the Ripple Maker stage. Give us a hashtag. He is fucking awesome already. Before he's even entered the stage, his energy is already here. Give it up for the amazing Moses.
Oh, thank you, Sammy. Thank you. Glad to see all of you. It's amazing to be part of this amazing virtual mini event right now. And Sammy, before we start, I want to ask our audience, I've seen so many familiar faces. Hello, Philip. Hello, Justin. Hello, Donna. Wonderful to see you. I want to ask a quick question. Drop one in the chat if you want to have a more successful life. Drop one in the chat. Let me see how many ones are coming up right now. There they go.
Oh, yeah. Give us your ones, baby.
Yes, amazing. Well done. And while you are achieving more success in your life, drop two if while you're achieving this success you also want to feel fulfilled in your own terms. Drop down two. Well done, Anya. Hello, Philip. Put one, and now the twos are coming. Amazing.
Load them all in, guys. Load them in.
So the reason I'm asking you these questions is, first of all, let us see, where are you standing right now in life? Well, as a peak performance, I've seen that a lot of times people are in a situation where maybe they have tried everything, literally everything, and they have kind of lost hope. They have kind of lost themselves. And where would you like to be? Imagine yourself being in a position where you are not only just barely living and surviving, but now you are thriving. And in my experience, I've realized that between where you are right now and where you want to be, you need to find back again your true identity and remove that imposter, which is making you feel that you're not worth it and you do not deserve it. Now, why am I saying this? Because we live in a society which is highly competitive. And why right now do you need to step into your true identity? Well, we live in a moment of history where either you're making a difference or you are nobody and you're nowhere and you cannot leave an impact and touch people's lives. And why should you be listening to me right now? The reason why you should be listening to me right now is, let me tell you a quick story of my success of a client. It is 7th of June, 2021, and I received a call. The Bulgarian Federation of Karate calls me and they need a miracle. They need to qualify for the Olympic Games. I ask them, okay, how much time have I got? They tell me, well, you've got only a couple of hours because tomorrow the team is flying. And this is the last spot to get a ticket for Tokyo. So basically I said, you guys need a miracle. And I cannot do miracles. But guess what? Fast forwarding, working with them, and I'm going to share with you a couple of steps that I did. I was able to help them to get the qualification, not from the window, but from the main door. Gold medal in Paris and direct qualification in Tokyo. And fast forwarding, it's 5th of August, Japan, Tokyo. My client, with what I'm going to show you briefly right now, she achieved the gold Olympic medal for the first time in the history of karate, and after 13 years of 0 gold medals for the entire country of Bulgaria. So I believe that you too can achieve your true peak performance by finding back what your true identity is. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, with your permission, I'm going to share with you quickly some insights, practical, that can help you get to know where you are and transform this imposter syndrome that you may have, which is stopping you to achieve your results.
Amazing.
Write down in the chat, yes, if you want me to share.
Yes. Give us a yes. By the way, and let's just have a little truth bomb here. How many of you have suffered at some point with imposter syndrome? Just share with us in the chat. How many of you have suffered? I'm putting all my fingers and toes here. You know, and how many of you have suffered from it and got over it? And then you did something else, you took a leap, and then you suffered from it again. And then you did something else, and you took a leap, and you suffered from it again. Like, how many of you might be feeling it right now? If you're feeling imposter syndrome right now, give us a 1 in the chat so that we can identify, where are you in your journey? Moses, we're ready for you, dude.
All right, so quickly, let me just give you a quick insight. So probably right now in your life, you may feel lost. Kind of, you have lost the compass of who truly you are. And probably you may be in a situation where you are totally lost. And as you feel lost, you may have fears that are coming in. And as Zig Ziglar says, fear is false evidence appearing so real that you get paralyzed and stuck. And what happens when you stay in a state of fear, you get into a state of victim, where you start saying that, oh, bad things happen and will always keep on happening on me and other people and other circumstances. It's not my fault, it's your fault, my dad, my mom, the business, the government. You may have your blaming list, and any effort to try to make a change may look useless and not significant. And what happens? Your belief system gets affected. And what is a belief? A belief is a strong level of certainty about something or about somebody. Have you ever felt in a situation where you are doubting yourself and you become so minuscule and so small and you feel that you are totally insignificant? So what I did with my client to get their gold medal in Tokyo, number one, we went from a situation where the last victory was 2 years before. So we had to face it. We had to deal with that circumstance. Face it, look at it in the mirror and start on now challenging it. And the first step I did was, number one, we went back to reflect and remember and reach a memory in life that was a success. Now, let me ask you, have you got, type 1 in the chat, if you have at least one memory of success or something that you achieved, which was of great value for you, well, get back to that memory. Why? Because once we get that memory, we are going to model it. We are going to study it. And then we are going to find the recipe for excellence. Because if you did it once, you can do it back again. And why is this important? This is really important because now we can leverage on a state, on emotions of enthusiasm, of excitement. And that's the best spot to then become ambitious and take the right small steps to get on to the moon, wherever you want to be. And when I talk about getting to the moon, I invite you to be specific, choose a special and choose a suitable goal. With my client, we didn't go for just participating. I told her we are going for the goal. And she had to step on my belief in her until her belief kicked in. Why am I telling you this? Because what I do with my clients, we get to know and to identify what success is, because success is built only on other success. So what is it that you did in the past that was successful? That's what we need to step on. Because let me tell you one thing. The only way you can tap into your true peak performance is getting back in your true identity. What do I mean by that? Getting back in your true identity simply means, as Laura said before, what is the internal story that you've got? What are you telling yourself? In the closet in your room, when you look at yourself in the mirror, what are you saying? Whenever you say, I am, what comes after that? That is what defines you. So drop down in the chat and tell me one thing, I am. And if your brain tells you, hey, Moses, don't come up with bullshit, you are not yet there. Do you know how I trick my mind? Let me give you a $1 million pound tip. How can you trick your mind? Just shift with, I am in the process of. Now what happens? You trick your mind, and now your mind will give an order to every single cell of your body. Guys, we gotta work on this because we are in the process of.
I think that's an excellent tip. Guys and girls, give us a I am in the process of in the comments there. I can see we've got comments coming in here, comments coming in on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm seeing them. They're amazing. They're amazing. You guys are rocking it.
Yeah, shift your mind. I am in the process of. Absolutely, Yolanda. So guys, like, what are you in the process of? Let's just take this time now. Just take this time. And whatever comes up, your gut instinct, your intuition, don't try and reach too hard for this. You already know what your fucking superpower is. So just own it. Today's about owning your identity. Own it. Listen, you might feel like you don't want to shine brightly out there because it's a bit scary and something might happen. You're in the One Drop community right now, tuning into this. Nobody else is watching other than us. You're in a beautiful, supportive family of ripple makers who care about helping you to create the ripple of impact that you were born to make. So shine your light. You don't feel like you shine it anywhere. I'm giving you permission to shine it right here as brightly as possible. Krish is in the process of experiencing something higher. Oh, I'm intrigued to know what that is. So Krish, get more of that in the comments. I'm in the process of building $1 million company. Yeah, you are, Drusella. Absolutely, you are. Who else have we got? Justin, I'm in the process of writing my best-selling album and book.
Come on, Justin.
Talking to Justin at the weekend. He was sharing with me about what he's up to. I can't wait to get him on here for a spotlight. Guys and girls, keep those comments coming in. What is it? Who are you? Who are you being as you are doing all of this amazing stuff? Moses, I know that like we're running out of time here, but how can people continue this journey with you? Have you got a link or something that we can share with everyone?
I may provide it for you. It's a video course which is about why do we do what we do? Because as Laura said, we need to be aware. And the first thing that you need to be aware is you need to understand, why am I doing certain actions and how can I overcome them? Why am I doing what I'm doing?
Yeah, that's so key. Because if you don't understand it, then I remember one of our other Ripple Makers Mastermind members, he once said, whatever you are not consciously creating, you are unconsciously recreating. It took me ages to get my noodle around that. I'll just repeat it for those of you that haven't heard it before. Whatever you are not consciously creating, you are unconsciously recreating. And so we have to get conscious of these things, because otherwise we're unconsciously affecting rather than consciously impacting. And actually, we could be making an effect that's not the one that we want, right? We could be doing that. I know that that's true for me, where I've just gone into what I call doing syndrome in the early years. I went into doing syndrome thinking that as long as I was doing something, it was okay. But then you end up unpacking everything and going back through that process again. Guys and girls, it's better to do the work now before you go out there and start making that even bigger ripple of impact. Drusilla's in the process of finishing her book. We've got Sudeshna, she's in the process of her mission to bring the tradition of oral storytelling to our digitized world to reconnect as humans. I love that. I want to find out more about that mission. Yewande is in the process of processing her emotions. That's really amazing, Yewande. Thank you for sharing that with us, because that's not easy to share something as personal as that. So I really applaud you and embrace that. I'm in the process of expressing myself. Jacqueline, I'm in the process of empowering women with mother sense. Oh, we need to find out more about what that is. Anya, she's in the process. Anya, what process are you in? Guys and girls, get that into the chat. Let's support each other to get where we're going. So Moses, if you have that link, if you can send it over to me, and if you're in the Facebook group right now, you could share it in the comments so people can go and grab it straight away while they still have you in their mind and you're still here with us right now. Guys and girls, don't you think that you've got some amazing values so far? It's just highlighted some things you could be working on to really own your value and own your identity and who you are. If you know another business owner that wants to grow their business and make an impact, make a difference, not just make money, make a difference. Actually, give me a make a difference in the comments right now, because I believe we're all fucking mad. We're all making a difference, but we could be making an even bigger difference. We've got to get more mad. So get more mad in those comments, and please do invite others. See, I can't make my ripple without you, and I can bring amazing people to you to help you make your ripple even better. So let's support each other, and please do invite other ripple makers to come in and join us here. I'm sure that they'd love to come in and see this replay. I know I'm going to be watching it. Moses, thank you so much for being with us, for dropping in to One Drop. And my goodness, that is one big award that is sat right next to you right now. Do you want to share with us? In fact, Laura won an award at the weekend. Moses won an award. Martin won an award. I got an award. We all won awards. Moses, tell us about your award.
This award is a recognition from the Speakers Academy to have generated an incredible achievement of over £1 million in the self-development industry. And it's not about the money achieved, it's about the impact behind that. Because to have achieved this, it means that I've helped thousands of people out there. And that's the biggest award for me.
Yes. I love it. We were talking about this morning. It's like when Greg says to me, do you know that when we like get this course up and running, that's gonna bring in another XYZ, you know, and he runs all the numbers. He does all the numbers stuff. And I go, well, how many people does that mean we're going to help? Because I don't think in those kind of numbers. I think in impacts, because you're not going to make that income if you're not making an impact. The income you make is a reflection of the impact that you're making. So guys and girls, how many of you know you need to be making more impact so you can bring more income in? Moses, thank you once again for coming and dropping by. We look forward to following your journey and seeing a lot more of you. Guys and girls, give it up for the amazing Moses.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, my friend. And we are going to motor on with our third and final ripple making extraordinaire this evening. Just while I do that, I want to know, what is the one thing from Moses' presentation there? What's the one thing that's really stuck with you? Or what one thing are you going to go away and work on as a result of his questions this evening? I have a feeling we are definitely going to be going deeper from this session. All right, guys and girls, we've got the amazing Martin Sharp in the house. He's a multiple award-winning international consultant. He's a coach, a speaker, an author, and he coaches busy, overweight entrepreneurs, consultants, and business owners to obtain the fitness and lifestyle that makes them happier, more confident, and with the flexibility to continue to be at their best. After personally succumbing to obesity and working his way out of it, Martin obtained recognized qualifications in health and sports science and was mentored by the world's leading online physique and lifestyle coach, going on to become a member of the Chartered Institute for the Management of Sports and Physical Activity. What lights Martin up more than anything is the joy he hears as others enjoy newfound freedom, confidence, and happiness from health and fitness. Guys and girls, give us a whoop whoop, give us a Martin. Let's get him up onto the stage. Come and join us, Mr. Martin Sharp.
Hello, Sammy.
Whoop whoop.
I am joining with the husky voice.
Yes, we've got a whole army of husky voices tonight. We certainly celebrated our awards hard the other day, and my voice wasn't much there to begin with. Martin, we've known each other for a long time, and I've watched you grow, and then we've kind of gone like that, and I keep seeing you grow, and then we go like that, and I keep seeing and touching base and watching your growth. It really has been incredible. And for those that don't know you yet, please do share with us who you are, what you do, and why you love doing it so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Sammy. I'm going to take this in a slightly different direction than what I'd originally planned, because when I was reading through the comments that were coming through, one of the comments really stuck in my mind, which was, all about setting up a startup in a business and really starting right at the beginning. And when we were chatting about this before, we were saying about, the values that you should hold inside yourself and how that should carry you forwards. And what many people don't realize is it's only been the last couple of years I've set up being in health and fitness. Before then, I was doing things like $16 billion asset transfers. I was going around the world, really doing some amazing business things. But even though you can do all that in one area of your life or in one part of your life, it doesn't necessarily always mean you can do these type of things in every part of your life. So when you start a business, even if you've done these things before, you still end up with all those same little demons coming up. Am I going to be good enough? Will I be able to get the skills? Can I find people who will buy my services? What happens if it doesn't work? Where is it going to go? And all these kind of horrible kind of things that keep creeping into your mind. And the thing is, we all have these. It's not something that's just unique to anybody. Laura talked about them. Moses talked about them. So it's about recognizing and embracing them, realizing them for what they actually are. And it is purely your self-preservation mechanism that's kicking in and saying, I want you to live, dude. Right? And that's all it's basically doing. So that means that you've got to find that higher value within yourself, because change is hard, change is costly, change takes time, and most people on this planet do not like change ever. Even the greatest change makers in the world sometimes just don't like the change that's happening. But the thing is, you've got two choices, right? You can either have that change happen to you, or you can have that change happen for you. Right? And it all comes down to how much you value yourself, to say, actually, which way am I going to take it? Am I going to have that change happen to me or for me? So let's just think back, for example, how do you recognize what you actually really do value? You know, and I'm not talking about that personal development stuff. You know, you've been to those seminars and they turn around and say, you've got to value getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You've got to do 30 odd press ups, 50 star jumps. You've got to read 7 books. You've got to write in your journal. You've got to have a broom up your ass, whatever it's going to be.
And that's all before 5 o'clock.
4:30. What do you mean 5? What's this about?
Late.
You went to one of those soft ones, obviously. It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy, because those aren't things that kind of build values, right? Those are just kind of actions that create some kind of process. And sometimes the process is necessary, but really it's about finding what is that true value? What's that thing inside that makes that big change? You know, and you know, I would all lie. I mean, you say I've been growing over the years. Thankfully, I think these days I'm shrinking a little bit more, so that feels a little bit better.
You've been shrinking as well. It's like you grew and then you shrunk, but you grew a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. But it all comes down to those values and actually saying, okay, well, what is it that I really do value in life? Because if you don't examine what it is that you truly value, you don't understand, like Moses says, the compass that you've got, the navigational point that you're moving towards, then you'll just go in any kind of direction. And sometimes you're going directions that other people want to take you. And most of the time, that's going to be great for them, not necessarily brilliant for you. Because, you know, they've got the same thing going on for themselves. They've kind of got their values being put forward. So it's really about finding what your value was. Now, back in 2014, when I was trying to find an answer to my obesity, you know, I tried all sorts of things. I went on to the open market. I was doing things like the weirdest diets you could ever imagine. I had PTs, I had gym instructors, all those things you're normally told to do. But the change actually didn't happen until in 2019 when I had a chat with a gentleman, and he kind of really made me think what actually was my true values. And it was a guy called Adam, and he said, if most people in life will only ever do what's in their top 3 values. So you've got to try and find out what those are for you. And if you are not in those top 3 values, then you're going to have to learn your change to those values until you learn to put yourself first. And it took me a while to process that one. And it's that whole idea of being selfish, to be selfless. I'm a very selfless person, I think. Saying that selfish? I don't know, maybe it is. But I kind of help other people. I love helping other people. And actually, when I look and examine my own personal values, that's where they come from. So I would like everybody tonight just to list what are their top 3 values. And if you're wondering,
that's a good one. Your top 3 values, guys. Top 3
values. If you're thinking, I don't know what they are, or I can't find them, then just think, what is it that gets you out of bed in the morning? Now, what are the things that make you do what you do? The days when you hate the world, you know, you want to stay, you have duvet day, all that kind of stuff. What is it that gets you out of bed in the morning? What are the top 3 things? You see, when I sat down and did that, I realized it comes down to just 3 really simple things. You know, I love my family. I love my family very much. I want them to use me as a springboard for their own greatness, you know, and I want to be there for them. And I absolutely adore spending time with friends. I think that I've got a great community of friends. I love having a laugh with them. I love helping those out. So they come really high in my list as well. And I love working with my clients because they give me an amazingly rich experiences, and also seeing them get the results that they need really does inspire me to be even better, so I could help them even more. But you see, the thing was, if I didn't address my obesity, I knew straight away that actually, if I think about it, it would stop me eventually from being able to serve my clients, because I wouldn't be able to do work quite as hard as I have been doing. I wouldn't be able to spend as much time with my friends. I may even be able to help them in some respects. But probably the worst thing for me was if I'd let my body continue to go the way it was doing, I'd become a burden to my family. And that would not give them that springboard. So come on, guys, top 3 things. What are the 3 things in your life, right, that you get out of bed for? None of this woolly crap. The absolute, real, honest to God, truthful 3 things that you guys get out of bed for in the morning.
All right, let's have a look at the comments coming in. Okay. Simon, I will protect and be a rock for my children. Jacqueline, love, family, and learning. Steffi, inspire others, take care of my family, change how women feel about themselves. Jackie, oh, we've got Jackie and Krishna. Okay, guys and girls, come on. I can see there are lots of eyeballs here, and there's not as many comments in that chat as I can see eyeballs. I know we've got comments coming in the chat in Zoom as well. Guys, remember, if you're commenting in Zoom, you must also comment in the Facebook community so that we can keep everything in one place. Norma, care, love, and growth. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Krish, growth. Donna, embodiment, growth, and love. Krishna, contribution, impact, purpose. Fantastic. Keep them all coming in. And I guess the question is along the lines of how you did that, Martin, where you chose what or really dived into what those top three were and then measured it against, well, what's my actual reality?
So
Am
now,
I really embodying that?
So now my next ask of everybody in the comments is now think of that one thing that you now want to get done. That one thing you want to get done. And think about how it will, if you don't do it, how is it going to impact your values? So that one thing, that's all it is, that one big thing you want to get done. Come on, guys, pop into the chat roll.
Okay, just while we wait for that, we've got Drusella, 3 values: inspire and educate others, having fun, advocacy. And Jean, love, freedom, and fun. Yes, Jean, I'd say that's definitely you. You're definitely living your values. Jackie, helping others, growth, honesty. Simon, I live with love and integrity. Philip, I get up at 5 a.m. to get our son to school every day. Love seeing the happiness on his face from attending his performing arts school that's 2 hours away from where we live. I know your commitment to your family, Philip. It is amazing. Yawande, spiritual growth, family, and love. Steffi, build a framework. So Justin, continued personal development so that I can be my best self. This allows me to provide for my family and serve and inspire others with my music and my message. Gorgeous. Well, that's really nice. We're hearing about all these values, but what are you going to get shit done with, guys? Come on, own it. What's that one thing? That one thing, Carol, pretty sure yours is going to be getting your card deck launched. Come on, guys. What are we going to do? What are we going to commit to here? So Steffi, you're building your framework. So tell us, what kind of framework are you going to build? If you put that in, I take it that is that your unique branded system that you're working on right now? Let's have a look. I think everyone's gone really shy at this point in time, Martin. We'll give you a little bit of time to continue answering that. Oh, Jackie, she's going to be working on her podcast. Brilliant. Sudeshna, family, making others happy, creativity. Simon is building a world movement. Yes, he is. We're going to be learning more about that when he comes and speaks on RippleFEST. Norma, precious moments. You know, guys and girls, I want you to really seriously consider that question that Martin has asked you. What is that one thing that you really want to get done? It's time you owned it. As entrepreneurs, there's so many things we do want to get done, isn't there? Martin, how should they even choose which one they should pick?
Just look at what you want to do and just do it. You know, there's no wrong answers to this. This is you. You can put down whatever it is that you want to get done. It could be something that's a short-term goal, so something to get done in the next week or two. It could be a long-term goal, something you're looking to do in the next year or two. You know, it could be a lifetime goal. Doesn't matter. It's just that one thing that you're going to hold and say, this is what I'm going to do. And if I don't do it, then these are the consequences. This is what's going to happen to the things that I really truly value because I didn't do that.
Comes full circle. Accountability. Guys, maybe one of your values needs to be accountability, accountable to where you're going. Okay, so Jacqueline, you're going to become more visible. Well done. We've got Anya going to connect with others wanting to hear my message. Oh, you're going to get public speaking, Anya. Justin finishes UBS and book. And Sudeshna is going to bring back oral storytelling into our lives. But how are you going to do that? What's the one thing that you are going to do that's going to enable you to do that and create even more peace and pace in your life? As you create that peace and pace for yourself, how are you going to create more peace and pace in the lives of others? Martin, thank you so much for dropping in. What brilliant session, really thought-provoking. And how can people take steps further with you or find out more about the work that you're doing and maybe even get involved in what you're doing, this movement that you're building?
Well, easiest way, I've got all the details on the website, so martinsharp.com. Welcome to go visit there, or just connect with me on Facebook. If you guys are already here, I'm already here. It'd be rude not to.
It would be rude not to. In fact, all of our speakers across RippleFest, they are members of the One Drop community. So if you're not quite sure how to reach out, or you don't know how to go through, or don't want to spend time going through all of the comments, don't worry. I'm going to get all the links from our amazing speakers and put them in the description with this live stream, so that you can go back and you see them all at the top there. But you can also go to the members tab at the top of the One Drop Facebook group and click on the members tab, go find them and connect with them, and make sure that you share their message with the world. They've come here to support you. Do support them. Remember, this is about helping each other to create that ripple of impact. You help them, they go and create a ripple in somebody else's life. It means you get to expand your ripple, and you'll only ever know about 1% of the impact that you ever make, but make it anyway. Martin, thank you so much, guys. Give it up for Martin.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Before we go, actually, I want to get the amazing Laura, Martin, and Moses up on the screen here, so that, guys and girls, please do. We're going to give you our very best husky smile. Please do take a screenshot or take a picture of the screen right now. We're going to say hi. Take that picture of the screen and share it out on your social media. Give us a hashtag RippleFest. Do tag us in, and the person who shares the most across the most networks that I get to see and get tagged in, there may well be a little prize in it for you, so it's worth doing it. Thank you to each and every one of you for dropping in and being that one drop for us, so that we can go out there and make that ripple of change that we want to see in the world. I really am honored, and of course to have been part of the awards ceremony. Each and every one of you won your awards. Please do take a picture of yourself with your award and post it into the One Drop group, so that we can celebrate you and celebrate that award with you and support you in getting more of the things that you want to do. Guys and girls, we are going to be back tomorrow. We've got the amazing Simon Wisdom in the house. He's going to be talking about, are you too valuable to keep playing small? How many of you know this already? I am too valuable, and yet I keep playing small anyway. We're going to bust that shit tomorrow. Simon's in the house with us there. We've got Jan Shakrona. He's going to be challenging your reason why and getting really clear on what your value really is. He's got an amazing process for you. The process that he's going to do with you changed my freaking life. So he's going to do it. But he's got like 5 minutes to do a process that usually takes about 3 hours. So get ready to go fast. Put your go faster stripes on. We're going to finish tomorrow with Alka Patel, who's all about making the difference that really, really matters, so you can live long, live well, and leave your legacy. You heard it here. Please do share out about RippleFest. Invite people to come along. They don't need to sign up for anything, just to invite them to come and join the group and be part of the magic and the ripples that are being made here. I treasure you. I honor you. And please, please, please take the work that you've done this evening. Go out there, make the ripples that only you can make. And we'll see you live, same time, same place tomorrow. Mwah. Lots of love. See you there.